brand new combine is expensive, isn't it?
About 300,000 for the real top of the range combine.
So it's understandable why, you know, people want a lot of spares, but...
Well, I don't cater for the new boy. I cater for the smaller market, the banger market, should we say, in the combine world.
And how much, can you tell me, how much do you pay for a combine?
Can't tell you that.
Say secret.
It's business, isn't it? The competitors might start.
Earlier we heard how deep in the Scottish countryside scientists had produced Britain's first genetically modified farm animals. But as Tom's been finding out, not everyone's comfortable with the idea. Genetically modified pigs that can't catch swine fever. GM chickens that can't catch bird flu. This is the kind of future that scientists at the Roslin Institute are working towards.
But if GM animals become part of the future of British farming, it raises some questions. How would farmers feel about rearing them? How would the government regulate them? And perhaps most importantly, how would you and I, the consumers, feel about eating lamb from a GM sheep or bacon from a genetically engineered pig?
At Stage Hall Farm in the Scottish Borders, they rear cattle the conventional way.
Most of the calves are Angus, but what we're looking for is just short-horn cows and a lot of Angus calves to sell. So most of the calves are black, as you see.
Hello. Has he got a name?
Yeah, he's Elwood.
Elwood.
He was bred here. He's got a brother as well. Him and his brother are very similar.
Elwood's family is the result of generations of careful crossbreeding by beef farmer Nigel Miller, president of the National Farmers Union in Scotland.
Come on, there's a bit of food here too, look. Come on.
He thinks traditional methods have worked well, but feels there's room for the precision of GM.
With this sort of very precise technology, you could start looking at some of the health and welfare issues and building them into our breeds.
One of the things they said they were just beginning to work on at Roslin was foot and mouth disease. I mean, what would you think about if they did something with that?
Well, I mean, that would be a miraculous change for me. If you could actually break out of the whole problem of foot and mouth, it'd be fantastic.
Nigel does have his reservations, though. He's worried about the possible influence of big business.
We don't want this to be a commercial lock-on breeding of livestock.
So you're worried, are you, if someone gets their sort of patent on the super cow, that they could then control everything?
Yeah, well, I think that's a real fear, and I think that's one of the reasons why genetic modification in plants has got a bad name, and I don't think we want to go there. We don't want to have farmers or communities held to ransom by your commercial organisation.
But for others, the objections go much deeper. Environmental scientist Dr. Helen Wallace is from GeneWatch, an organisation with concerns about GM crops and animals.
Here at Roslin, just not far behind us, they're actually working on animals that are resistant to disease. I mean, surely that's good for the animals' welfare.
Well, there's actually not very much understood about how that resistance might work in practice. So one concern is that disease-resistant animals could act as a reservoir for the virus, be infected and pass it on to other animals, but without you knowing.
And when it comes to eating this meat, which of course we aren't doing yet, so what are your worries there?
Well, I think it'll be up to consumers to decide whether they really want to eat this meat. They'll have concerns about food safety because it's difficult to provide definitive evidence that the changes in the meat or the changes in the milk are safe for humans in the longer term.
These small fry are the first GM animals that anyone's likely to eat. American scientists are genetically modifying salmon so they grow bigger, faster, and they could go on sale over there later this year. So what will that mean here in Scotland, where salmon have spawned a huge industry? Salmon and Trout Association Chairman Hugh Campbell-Adamson says GM fish pose many threats to